I find it fascinating. I find what we choose, the music that, for instance, the type genre that you choose to sing, it must mean something to you,
Yes.
because you sing jazz, and oh, I got some snippets and they're beautiful,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
So we will share a snippet, just a tease. You'll hear, if you listened to the introduction, you'll hear it in the introduction and you'll hear it at the end as well. We will leave a snippet for the listeners because your new album is being released in June, correct?
Actually, we've moved up the date.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
there's a single release, Wasn't It Wonderful, which to me is a song of just pure joy.
Mm,
And so that's going to be released around Mother's Day, and then the full album will come out shortly thereafter.
okay, all right.
Um, the album is it's called A Lady with a Song. Amber Weeks celebrates Nancy Wilson,
Mm.
and Nancy Wilson was a wonderful vocalist with a very broad catalog. So I was going to say more about that, and I don't remember what I was going to say.
I am laughing because I totally understand. And if it comes up, we'll talk about it later. That's
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
great thing.
So yeah. So it's yeah, but you asked me a specific question. Would you mind asking me that question
Yeah,
again?
I have to remember what that question was. But you know what? I'm going to ask another question. Why
Sure.
jazz? Why jazz music? What is it
Oh,
about
I did.
music?
That's a long answer.
No
I'll
problem.
try to make
I've
it as
got some
short as
time.
possible. Okay, good, good. So what I would say is in many ways it's the music of my parents' history.
Mm,
Most especially my dad. My parents are New Yorkers. My mother was originally born in Jamaica, but she spent like from 8 until 18, she was in New York, and my father was born and raised there. My grandparents, my father's parents had a diner in New York that was quite literally around the corner from Duke Ellington's house. And so my
mm,
father would serve Duke Ellington fried egg sandwiches after his gigs. And then, in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, he's serving Duke Ellington.
that,
Um, and so it was like part of their fabric, part of their tapestry. And so I heard a lot of music as I was growing up. But I think the thing about jazz is especially with certain artists like Nancy Wilson, like Oscar Brown Jr., Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Frank Sinatra. I mean, I go on, Diane Carroll, and people don't realize that Diane Carroll started as a singer, and she's probably in a lot of ways my biggest influence.
wow.
Um, they told stories, and my parents told stories. And the melodic sense that's inside of jazz, just because it was, I think part of it is because it was there. It was like learning the words that I use to speak and speaking in the
Mm,
way that I do. It was just part of that. We also were raised around jazz musicians. And so it was just kind of in the air.